To create a soft subject selection, I can just start the macro, adjust the parameters and then apply it. After we remove the red fill layer, we get a pretty cool result, where we quickly dim down the background to get more attention to our subject. The link to the macro collection is in the description, and do keep in mind that this uses the new Select Subject function in Affinity Photo 2.6. I have included 4 variants of the soft subject selection and each work a bit differently. So let me first explain the parameters, and after that we'll take a look how to recreate it. I'll use the extended 2B version for this image and quickly go through the parameters. The radius determines the size of the soft area and feather contains the softness. If we crank this up, the mask transition will be smoother. For best results, the feather value should be larger than the radius value. The subject grow shrink determines how much distance we allow the mask to affect the subject. If I set this to a negative value, notice how the mask eats into the subject. The subject halo determines the final transition smoothness to the subject itself. For this 2B variant, a large value will put a larger halo around the subject, in a sense protecting the area around the subject. This works, however, slightly different in the other variants. I'll lower this to 10 pixels and also slightly decrease the grow shrink value to get a nice transition to the subject. When I apply this, 3 layers will be added to the layer stack. The top is the masked out subject with the soft mask, a red fill layer which acts as an helper, and the curves adjustment to darken the image. We don't need the red layer anymore, so let me get rid of that to see the final effect. Pretty awesome. Let's take a look what the macro exactly did. On the top layer there is a compound mask, which is a helper layer to combine multiple masks. The bottom mask is the actual subject and the one on top is the soft mask. The compound mask group combines them and basically creates this mask. After the macro has been applied, you can still fine-tune it by using a curves adjustment. Let's add the curves adjustment and then make sure it becomes a child of the soft mask. In the curves adjustment, let's switch to alpha. By modifying the alpha curve, we can control the intensity of the mask, effectively adjusting the smoothness of the mask. Let me switch to the image in the layers panel and adjust this curves adjustment so you can see how this affects the final result. Pretty cool. As mentioned, I have 4 variants of the macro, and I would say just experiment and see what works best for your case. The basic one does not have a soft glow transition, it just allows you to soften the default mask of the select subject action. The default select subject action does usually not create a soft mask, and this just allows you to soften the mask a bit. But if you grow the selection and put a quite high feather or halo value, you could also get a soft transition mask. By the way, as mentioned, the macros adds a curves adjustment, but feel free to modify or use any other adjustment you like to change the background. As promised, time to create the steps of the macro manually. We'll start by duplicating the image layer first, then add a red fill layer which will act as an helper for us later on. Before we make a selection, let's first add the compound mask layer using the layer menu. Time to select the subject. Make sure the image layer is selected and from the select menu use the select subject action. We will get a selection of the subject in the image layer. To better see what is selected, we can use the Q key on the keyboard to toggle the quick mask overlay. If I zoom in the image, we can see that the mask is indeed not very precise and smooth. So to have a better blending mask, I'll select the grow shrink action from the select menu and for this case decrease the selection with 4 pixels by entering -4 in the dialog. The selection now shrunk with 4 pixels and the mask is now within the subject. The value is a bit too much, but let's keep it as it is. Next step is the feather selection by using a feather action from the select menu. I'll give it a value of 10 and see how that works out. Pretty nice. When we toggle the quick mask using the Q key, we can see it is indeed a much smoother and nicer selection. When we press the mask icon to create a mask from the selection, the mask is created above the compound mask layer. Before we create the second mask, let's move this mask into the compound mask layer. Excellent. Time for pass to the soft mask. As we still have an active selection, let's continue by using this selection. To create the soft mask, I'm going to convert the selection to an outline selection using outline from the selection menu. We can increase the size quite dramatically to get a nice soft mask. The size of the outline will determine the size of our soft mask. As you might have guessed, the next step is to feather it to get that smooth transition. Let's not be shy on the feather radius. After the feather action, we can now create a mask from this selection and move it inside the compound mask layer. Awesome! Our soft mask is ready, so feel free to recreate the macro and improve it. Be creative and add some cool subtle effects to the background layer to make your subject pop out and level up your composition. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. If you downloaded the macros and like them, consider buying me a coffee. Thanks again for tuning in, and until the next video.